Morning everyone, welcome to 4 Elements Outdoors. I'm Dan.
I'm Lewis.
Obviously due to the lockdown restrictions we're not going to be doing an overnighter, but we've got a day camp that we want to set up today. As you can see, it's nice and foggy, frosty. It's just coming up to about 8 o'clock in the morning, so the sun's been up.
Oh, I've been up for about an hour.
Because of lockdown, we've struggled to get some of the boil in the bag meals that we'd normally go and pick, sort of just scouring online and eBay to see what's around. So I was hoping that there'd be an easier solution to do some boil in the bag for myself, and I managed to find these bags online, so stay tuned and I'll show you what they are. So one of the biggest things about getting out and enjoying, you know, this wonderful countryside that we have here in England is making sure you enjoy it, but do it responsibly. Pick up after yourself. One of our pet hates is walking through such an idyllic area such as this and coming across other people's rubbish. That bottle folded up, stuck it in my backpack. I'll dispose of it when I get back to the house. I'd encourage you guys to do the same. If you see, you know, people are leaving their stuff lying around, if it's not going to cause too much of a burden to yourself or weigh you down, just pick it up, throw it in the bag. We're all doing our bit to keep this looking how it is. So today I'm using the British military issue DPM Basha. For suspension, I'm not using the ridgeline today. I'm going straight with these mini ratchet straps, just for quickness, so it enables you to adjust it very easily. Stick one that end, make our way down here, probably do with another one on this side. Once you've got it set up, like I said, with the mini ratchet straps, you can use it just to adjust it, pull it tight either end, and they're quick release. If you need to get away in a hurry, literally just push that button there and you're released. With my Basha, I've just got some standard tent guy lines. I think I've got them in one of the pound shops, pack of 4. Can't really go wrong. You've got your tensioner buckle there, so you can tighten it up, and you just stick a tent peg in the other side. By ropes, you can just cinch them tight and adjust them as you need to. So you get that nice and tight, just like that. That's the back side of the tarp or Basha setup. I'm now using a stick I've just fabricated. I'm going to sort of do a bit of a veranda at the front, just to give me a little bit more protection if the rain starts coming in, so I've got a drier place to work. All I'm going to do is pop the eyelet of the Basha through the hole there. Notice I kept a small piece of stick of the tree poking out just to stop that sliding down any further, and then from there, using the tent guy lines I showed you earlier, just extend this out as best as possible. Leave myself a little bit of room so I can tighten it up if I need to, and that will just get pegged out. Always try and get your pegs in at an angle if you can, and keep that hook pointing away, because the last thing you want is that spinning round and your Basha coming down in the middle of the night. Again, if you need to, you can just adjust them there. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then going to get the hammock up. Okay, for this side, the branch I found was slightly fatter. So all I've done is I've tapered the end in a little bit, just so the eyelet of the basher doesn't slide down. I measured it up against the other side to make sure they were about the same height. I'm going to do exactly the same and get this pegged out. That's the shelter set up. Okay, next to go up is the DD Hammocks camping hammock. Weighs on there, it says 700 grams, olive green colour, and it's got 10 metre of webbing to put it up. I've had this now for about, well over 10 years. I'm probably looking to upgrade soon for a lighter one, but at the moment this seems to work for me. Right, I always pack my hammock in the same way. So when I open it up and pull it out, I know the guy ropes that I can see there are for this side of my shelter. And I do that for a reason. On these DD hammocks there's a zip that allows you to put a self-inflating mat or something in there, and I always want that on the back side, just so when I'm sitting on the edge of the hammock I'm not putting too much strain on that zip. Make it easier, my hammock, I zip that up, put it in my, unzip my jacket, put the hammock inside, and that enables me to get the knots tied as I need them. Putting this hammock up is very easy. Wrap it around once, pull it tight like this. You want to make sure that the end of your hammock doesn't go out underneath your shelter. So about there I know is right. So pull that, hold that nice and tight so we don't lose the tension. And all I'm going to do, simple shoelace knot here. I believe like that. Shoelace knot. Pull that nice and tight. Pull these in together. And then as I walk backwards, the hammock will unravel itself out of my jacket, keeping it off the floor, onto the other side. I'm going to tie this end off exactly the same, and then adjust it should I need to. That's the hammock all set up now. Got my head end slightly higher up, just because when you're in it, if your feet are higher, you're going to be sliding back on yourself. At least with the head end up, you can sit in here like a bit of a chair as well, and get nice and comfortable. Everyone's got their own preferences for how they have their setups. This is mine. All I need now is a table. Go. So I'm going to use this nice flat surface to set my jet boil up on, and I'll pop that in front of the hammock. And just like that, got myself a table. Let's get some brunch on the go. Okay, and this is it. Silicone bag. It's got a sliding lock on the top, so you can seal it up. They are watertight. What led me to get these was I hate having to clean pans out, basically. So I'd rather cook in something like this, chuck it in the dishwasher when I get home. So I'm going to use my jet boil today. The two bags that I'm using, I've got this, they're both 500ml, but you see the different shapes. So I tend to use the wider one for cooking noodles and stuff in, so pour the boiling water in there, seal it off, stick it in my jacket or something, let it cook. And I've got the taller bag because, as you'll see in a moment, it fits perfectly in the jet boil, enables me to cook it in the bag. Had this jet boil for probably coming on 15 years. I probably should update it because the neoprene sleeves burnt and charred, but as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could probably replace the neoprene cover and it'll be good as new. So that's my jet boil there. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to fill it to the fill line. Inside you'll see there is a fill line just there. So what I normally do is slide my bag in, pop the bag in, and this clip that keeps the bag closed sits nicely on the top. And then what I'll do is I'll fill it to that fill line. That just makes sure that I'm not going to be overflowing and burning myself as I go along. Sorry if that's made any of you want to go to the toilet.
Damn you.
So, good thing about the old jet boils is it's got the electric ignition on the side, but keep a lighter with me just in case. What I want to do is turn the gas on. There we go. Now, jet boil normally takes just under a minute to get the water boiling, and then to cook a normal boil in the bag meal will take about 7 minutes. So I normally just cap that off just a little bit just to keep the heat in, and I'll come back to it in about 7 minutes. If I need to, I'll top the water up to that fill line just to make sure I've got the maximum boiling water heat around the bag as I'm cooking. What I've done periodically throughout the cooking, just take the silicone bag out, give it a mix around, check your water line, still bubbling away, pop the bag back in, and you can just make sure everything's in there is getting cooked. In case you were wondering, today it's meatballs and noodles. I reckon that's about done now. Been plenty of time. So do take that off, put the lid on to keep that boiling away. Give it, dry the bag off, and then just keep that warm. Got me a snug pack, Special Forces 1 sleeping bag here. Wrap that up. That'll keep that nice and insulated. Get that water boiled up for my noodles. That slides off. Put the packet on the deck. So before I left the house, I put all the food in the bags that I needed while I was away, just to make sure that I wasn't carrying around any excess litter. The water then that I used to cook the meatballs in, I'll turn that off. That's ready to pour straight into my bag of the noodles. If you need any more, top it up. That should be about right. All we do, seal that up. Just like that. Like I said, these are watertight. You can give them a good squeeze. Nothing coming out of those. That's watertight. Just like the meatballs. Wrap that up in a bit of my sleeping bag. Keep it nice and warm while I pack this away, and then I'll enjoy my lunch. Cheers. Okay, so that's the jet boil all packed away. Got my meatballs that I've had wrapped up in the sleeping bag, staying nice and warm there. I've got my noodles wrapped up, cooking the other side. Good thing about these bags as well is when they're full, the bottom opens up so you can stand them up easy, which is great for what I want to use it for. So I've got my noodles nicely cooked there. Slide the top off. Still steaming. Put my meatballs in there with the noodles. There we go. Gourmet cooking in the field. Love it. I mean, squeeze out what you can. Wipe the top off. Once that's sealed up, apart from any of the juices that are on the outside of the bag, that's not going to leak anywhere. So you can throw it straight in your kit, chuck it in the dishwasher, or wash it in the sink when you get home, and you're good to go. All that's left now is to sit back and enjoy this and look at the scenery. Perfect.
If you fancy picking up some of those silicone bags for yourself, I've left some links in the description below so you can see where I got them from. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say thanks for tuning in. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, leave a comment, let us know what you want to see. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.
Okay, that's us now. As always, try and leave no trace. Take your rubbish with you and leave it for somebody else to enjoy, like we have. Hope you've enjoyed the video as much as we've enjoyed making it. See you next time. Cheers.